Hello, this is video 4 of a 7-part series on how to grow strong faith. To access the other parts, check on Tiny Church Facebook page or our YouTube channel, Periscope, or our brand new channel on Instagram's IGTV. And also this series is available as a podcast on iTunes, Podbean, and Tumblr. So we go on to Blueprint for Faith Part 4. We have been talking about tips on how to grow faith and mostly on finding out and knowing what God has done for us, what our rights are as Christians, or to put it another way, what our rights are as children of God. So I encourage you that after this video, if you haven't seen the other parts, please do so. Today we're talking about obedience. Ouch. I know, that sometimes can be a tough one. But obedience is necessary to build strong faith. The first letter of John, John 1, 3:22 says, and I quote, "And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments, and do those things that are pleasing in his sight." John 15:7 says, and I quote, "If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you." Now notice the connections between both scriptures. Because we keep his commandments. And we cannot keep his commandments unless we know what the word of God says. Unless his word abides in us. John also said in 1 John 3:21 NIV, "Dear friends, if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence before God." The New Living Translation says, "Dear friends, if we don't feel guilty, we can come to God with bold confidence." So we're talking about guilt. And how we acquire guilt is by doing stuff we know it's wrong. We carry guilt for past things we've done, but Jesus has already paid for those mistakes, and we are free. One of the many things we have been granted is forgiveness. So let go of the guilt of past mistakes, but live in obedience so that you don't repeat those mistakes or make new ones. Sometimes some people don't want to come before God because of their own disobedience. Let me rephrase that. Some people cannot come before God. I mean, they are not able, not because of God, but because of their own guilt. So we must accept the love and forgiveness and learn the Word of God so that the Word will abide in us and we can be confident before Him and ask whatsoever we desire. So how are we confident? We are confident if our hearts don't condemn us. We have confidence towards God that He will do exactly what He said. Another point about obedience, God does not require us to walk in the light of the angels. God does not require us to walk in the light of someone's doctrine. God does not require us to walk in the light of church traditions. God does not require us to walk in the light of a denomination. God does require us to walk in the light of the eternal Word. When we walk on the light of His Word, then we have confidence that what God said, He will do. When we walk in the light of the Word, then we can claim what is already ours. There's a right way to live life, and we all know it. We know where and what our faults are. We know what we should stop doing. We know it inside. A tip would be that if it is going to make you feel guilty afterwards, you probably shouldn't do it. If it's going to put somebody else in danger, you probably shouldn't do it. If it's going to affect your health, you probably shouldn't do it. I'm not here to tell you what is right or what is wrong. I'm here simply to let you know that if you want to grow in faith, obedience is a part of it. In part 1, 2, and 3 of this series, we talked about everything that God will do for us. We talked about how to grow in faith by studying and learning the Word of God, but with emphasis on what He does. In this teaching, the emphasis is in what we can do, what we must do to grow strong faith. Obedience. What a concept. Please, if you can give a donation, do so. Go to tiny-church.org and click on the donate button. It is safe and secure. Also, like and follow our Facebook page. Follow us in our IGTV channel on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or Periscope. And if you prefer audio, we are also available as a podcast on iTunes, Podbean, and Tumblr. Thank you for watching, and God bless.